welcome to my store.
No, you don't have to have a filter. But what you do need is heat. Okay? So right here what we have is a heat mat against the back of the tank. Then we have the special light, Repti Sun. I don't think that makes any difference for a hermit crab, but if we had any kind of reptile or anything in there, this is a special light. And then we have, this is coconut fiber. When the hermit crabs want to shed their skin, they climb under the sand, or under the coconut fiber in this case, and they bury themselves. And then they shed their skin down there, and then that way when they come out, they got all new hard shell, nobody knows they were there.
So then, can they live only in this kind of environment, or they can go in a tank and live in a tank just on water?
If you had them in water all the time, they will drown after about 5 or 6 hours.
Okay, and in this environment, for how long do they last?
10, 15 years.
Wow.
See, this is an ideal environment. You don't keep them by themselves. They are a very social animal. So you want to buy like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or as many as you got the room for. And as you can tell, we got a bunch of them.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
And they'll wear any kind of shell that you give them. They're fun. If you put them in your pocket,
then
they
you
climb
put
out.
shell for them in order to change shells?
Yeah, you want to have a variety of shells, like
empty shells.
Yeah, empty shells. That way, if they want to change to a size bigger, they got a shell and they don't have to steal it from another crab.
Oh, they do steal the shell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Oh,
well, if the other guy's got a shell and you want it, you got to steal it.
Oh, that's interesting.
See, the front half is armored, but the back half is soft. It looks like a little finger with a couple of holder thingies on the side.
How big do they get? My gosh.
They can carry shells bigger than this.
Oh, really? Can be eaten? Are they good to be eaten? Or
you can eat the claws and stuff, but except on Survivor, nobody much eats land hermit crabs. But there is enough meat in the big claws, especially in the ones that are this big.
For someone who's starving to death, they can be eaten and they're
not
poisoned.
It still tastes like crab. It's just, there's not as many of this size as there is of this size, and you're not going to get that much meat out of that.
How long does it take for them to grow?
Well, they live 10, 15 years, so probably about 6 or 7 years at least.
Do they grow good in an environment like this, or do they grow bigger in the wild?
They grow according to how much you feed them. So they will grow in here just as fast as they will grow in the environment.
All depends on what
the amount of food. You see, in a fish tank, if the water gets polluted, they slow down. In here, the water, like they're breathing air, so it's not polluted, so they don't have anything to slow them down. It's just the amount of food they're getting. These guys, they've been molting every few months.
Then for this one, there's no, people don't have to be cleaning the water too much, so they're taking the same precautions and everything in a freshwater tank or a saltwater tank as for this one.
These are easier to keep and more difficult. See, they're easier because when you have the setup done correctly, they pretty much take care of themselves. You just feed them. Okay, change the water every couple of weeks, everything's fine. If you had them like a fish tank, you got to keep changing the water all the time. In here, like this stuff here, you wash it out every 6 months, and that's more than adequate. You just wash it, dry it, and throw her back in.
Good, then they're more easier than the fish to
if you have them set up properly. Unfortunately, what a lot of people will do is they'll want to set it up very simple. They'll just get a tank, a bowl of water, and put the crabs in it.
Okay, and for
they won't
this
have
one,
the heat, they won't have the humidity meter, they won't have the fresh water and the salt water.
They need all of those things in order to keep them alive. What about what are the causes that make them die if that comes to a case?
We usually don't know.
Okay, with these ones you cannot tell.
You can't see if they're sick.
Water is because you cannot tell.
You can't see if there's a disease in them or anything. I would suspect that the majority of them die because they're not looked after properly, too much stress, not enough heat, if they're kept at cold temperatures too much, if they don't get a variety of good food in their diet. and if they don't have fresh water and salt water.
Then it's really important to keep all the steps to have them. Otherwise, it's not just simple like you said, put them in a tank and put the bowl of water, and doesn't matter the
Yeah.
temperature. Everything has to be in control of.
Yeah, like you see, they can thermoregulate. They walk towards the heat if they want to be warmer. They walk away from the heat if they want to be cooler. If they need fresh water, if they need salt water, it's all here.